Welcome to episode of Potion Sword Run. They just released a new trailer for The Witcher 4. It's a tech demo for the Unreal Engine, but they showed off The Witcher and oh my god, does it look so beautiful. So in this episode, we're going to geek out on the trailer, let you know what I like about it, obviously because I'm excited about The Witcher 4. The Witcher 3, one of my favorite games ever. I mean, obviously, if you played it, you know. If you haven't, then you missed out. The Witcher 4 is looking good. Let's take a look at it. So this is not gameplay, it's CG. So it pretty much is in between gameplay. So I do expect the game to look like this. I mean, it's just a cutscene pretty much. But it looks beautiful, obviously. Not much to say, but just watch. You know, one thing I do like though, actually, how they set the tone freaking awesome with these, you know? I mean, just look at them. A little bit of snowflake coming through. But their biggest mistake was traveling at night. Come on, who travels at night? Now this is part I really liked, just watching the flame, the little burst of flame go everywhere, all the little particle effects. Now that was, oh my god. It just reminded me of what to expect when it comes to fighting monsters in this game. Like, I just totally forgot, about the whole monster thing. And just a good representation of what's to come. I mean, it feels so real too. Like him getting all that blood in his face. Like, yes, that's what we expect from him jumping or falling out of a wagon like that. Landing on rock and stuff. Most video games, they kind of just gloss over that stuff now. But man, look at that beast. It looks like some kind of bat, some kind of vampire. Oh. Now, one thing I want you guys to notice, because I watched this once before, is the use of color. Man, this game is so beautiful, but it's beautiful because they're not afraid to use color. Most games, especially, even big AAA open world games, are afraid to use color. Or if they do, they use it just sparingly, like they'll use a lot of reds or something, or a lot of yellows, but they won't actually use the whole spectrum of colors. I'm gonna skip over this part right here and just get back to the trailer. But before I do, pretty much what they're talking about is Unreal 5 and CD Projekt Red working together with its engine to create better, bigger open worlds. And one thing that really has me excited is that what you see out there, you're most likely going to be able to get to it. Because like in The Witcher 3, everywhere you saw you can get to.
Now it's running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing.
60 FPS.
So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in
I mean, just look at all the rocks.
And you'll get to explore it in a game.
And like all the foliage. You hear that eagle? I heard that eagle. Or the hawk.
She's heading back to a nearby village.
Like, look at all the lush ground, the snow. Like, so much different materials.
Alright, everyone. Meet Kelpie.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
So just like Geralt and Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
I like that the horse is black.
We return to town.
Black horses, black cats, they get a bad rap.
Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback,
But I find them to be the most loyal,
seamless,
actually.
Natural and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So
I mean, just look at the backdrop in the mountains. All the different reds, contrast to the white, all the green everywhere.
We also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded. And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver. And these machine-learned deformations.
Look at all the puddles and the reflections.
Muscles moving and stretching,
and of course the horse, the veins, the light, how it reflections off the fur. And the muscles, come on. But look at the water.
So let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is
Look at that.
natural. organic.
And you'll be able to go
especially
everywhere
covered
you
with
see.
dense forest and wild nature.
So
Yeah,
many
and
different
wild
hidden
nature
secrets and
is hard.
stuff.
And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest
Look
until
at that
everything
lush
we do in
forest.
Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce nanite foliage.
I don't know what that is,
And
but whatever
in
you're
order
doing,
to
keep it
achieve
up, guys.
Gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20
And the
years,
weather effects, I haven't even
artists
showed
would be
that off
free
yet,
to
but
take a
in The Witcher
nanite
3,
approach
whenever
to
there was like a big old
foliage,
storm,
modeling every
all
single
those
leaf
trees would be
behind
swaying in the wind like crazy.
And the old
Imagine in
LOD
this
tricks
game?
of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic
You'll be able to go
sun,
everywhere
our
that you
shadows,
see. Look at
and they
that.
allow
Come on.
artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve
Imagine
their
all just
vision
walking
without
through all this
compromise.
forest. What you're gonna
And no
find?
compromise
All the different
means
monsters,
how
all the different
ambitious we
loot,
are
all the different
when it comes to
missions.
bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly
And
down
running at 60
to
frames per
catch up
second?
with Siri.
Forget it. And what I really like about The Witcher is that these worlds are handcrafted. They're not
Welcome to
procedurally
Valkyrie.
generated, so
Valkyrie
you know
is a
everything
port town, a
is
hub
where
for
it meant
fishing,
to be.
trade, and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from
And look
other
at this
lands.
town. I mean,
It's
come
also
on, this
where
is one of the
Siri fulfilled her
towns.
current contract.
But look at, like I said, look at the color. It kind of reminds me of one of those
Shall we
old
here and explore
Mexican
the
towns,
marketplace and food?
or like in Guatemala or something, or up there in the
So
Andes or
excited
something.
We can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valkyrie has to offer.
Now, one thing that this game shines on, obviously, is the people, the NPCs, and the interactions it has. And this game is insane when it comes to that. Now, I know a lot of people had complaints about Avowed, and when you compare the two to this, yes, I can understand that complaint. But you also got to put realistic expectations on studios and what they're actually working with and the budget they have. I'm sure this game, with all the different people they have, costs way more than Avowed.
Character actions directly affect what happens
And given
around
that
you.
Obsidian works like on
Sometimes even
freaking
setting
4
up
games at
chain
once.
reactions. Everything is working together.
But man, just look at this. Like every NPC has their own little, you know, like little life pretty much.
Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly.
Look at that
by
guy
three
being thrown out the
monkey
bar
boys.
right there.
That's
Like you
what
get to see
happens when
like
you
different
cheat at work.
interactions, like different type of things like that. It's pretty cool. I wonder what that, what I would do is actually go follow that drunk and see where he goes. Like I'm that interested in following NPCs, seeing what they do. Hey, lady of the night, what's up,
Okay,
girl? Look
so
at this dude
is
right here,
the
poor
who
guy.
gave the Siri
And the thing
12
about them is like they actually
Like, you
have
probably
characters that are
suspect
not just
he has his
repeat
own
characters all the
agenda in
time.
all of this.
Like they actually put work in on these NPCs to make them their own. Like I doubt we're gonna see so many of those guys walking on one leg with one arm.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Witcheress. One using my wagons. No eternity is taking that damn soul to arrive.
I found them.
And just like all the little details, like on their armor,
Suffice to say,
all
they'll
different
not reach you.
materials, the leather, different type of leathers,
As
fur,
for the salt,
all that soft cotton, whatever
not
they're
one
using.
speck.
But again, look at
presume
the
it's
color
not
in the
as no
background.
surprise to you.
Look at the color that he has.
Now,
And look at Siri, she looking
this
freaking
smuggling
sexy as
trade is
hell.
of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The manticore that flattened your cart and devoured your men. Quite the opposite.
Manticore.
You can see little particle effects in the wind. I think it's snow.
While Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Now notice the fish, they pull it out of, the baskets and stuff. And it actually feels like it's, well, it is like a different other piece of material sitting on top of a piece of material. Instead of how they usually do it all generic and stuff.
And there is tons of tech to play here. Even in this simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal smart objects,
See
chaos
how he
cloth,
grabbed it
and more.
and it's actually like a
Yeah,
smart object
and
off
all
of that
this exists
little
to make
pile.
sure that the gap in
And watch when he
quality
throws it
between Siri and NPCs
onto the crate right
is
here.
as small as possible.
Yeah, and
How it
closing
bends
that
over,
gap, it's
and he's
not
just able
just
to
about
grab it and put it in
fidelity,
his
right, but also
basket.
authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
And I mean,
But the
it's just
prisoner in pillory
one
isn't
vendor.
exciting
Like
enough
everyone
for
else does
Valve.
their own little thing.
Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus.
And again, this is right now how they're reacting to the environment. A circus starts, so then people start to gather.
But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
There's also one piece, I'm not sure if we already showed it, but a vendor drops his fruit, and a little kid goes over there and starts stealing it
So
because he's
you are
nearby.
seeing
And some
tons of
pigs actually go towards it too
optimizations
because
here
they're
to
nearby.
many of Unreal systems,
And the
including
thing
an
is,
entirely
when
new
Siri bumps him,
Unreal animation framework,
like she didn't
allowing
have
us
to bump
fit
him, so
easily
that whole
in our 60
interaction
FPS
didn't have to
budget,
take
not
place.
just in rendering,
But it
also
did,
with
because
room to
she
spare
so
on the
happened to
game
bump him.
thread.
And
Over
those other
300
NPCs and
animated
pigs were near
skeletal
where
mesh
she bumped them.
agents, all going about their business. And the whole point is to leave
That's pretty
breathing room
impressive.
for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come
Again,
to life without
look at the use of
Unreal
color.
standing in your way.
You are right. That's the open world RPG that we are making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri?
And like how they all gathered to watch when there was nobody there to begin with.
We are making this game to be the most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we are doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift.
Again, I
of all
can't
Witcher
get over
fans.
how beautiful the world looks.
A first look at Lanexeter.
There's Hogwarts up in the distance. So you see it here first. Siri will be going to Hogwarts to learn some more magic. Alright guys, well that is The Witcher 3 trailer reaction. I think it looks awesome. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching this episode. Remember, always be kind to yourself and enjoy your life. And I'll meet you right there. Peace.